Fashion has always been an essential aspect of human culture, reflecting identities, social status, and beliefs. Over the years, various trends have emerged, some becoming timeless classics while others are remembered for their peculiarity. This video will explore 10 of the strangest fashion trends in history, delving into their backgrounds, societal meanings, and the impact they had on those who embraced them. 10. Crocs. In recent years, Crocs have emerged as one of the most divisive fashion trends. These rubber clogs, known for their comfort and practicality, have been embraced by people of all ages and walks of life. However, their unique appearance has also led to criticism, with many labeling them as unattractive or even ugly. Despite their mixed reviews, Crocs have become a staple for casual wear, especially in warmer climates. They are often associated with comfort and ease, making them popular among healthcare workers, chefs, and those who spend long hours on their feet. 9. Shoulder pads. The 1980s were a time of bold fashion statements, and shoulder pads were one of the most prominent trends. Designed to create a more powerful, masculine silhouette, shoulder pads were often added to blazers, dresses, and tops. This style aimed to empower women in the workplace during a time of significant social change. While shoulder pads helped convey authority and confidence, they also became a symbol of excess, with some outfits looking exaggerated and even cartoonish. The trend eventually faded, but its legacy remains in the continued emphasis on power dressing in women's fashion. Today, many modern pieces incorporate subtle shoulder pads, maintaining a nod to the 80s while adapting to contemporary styles. 8. Padded hips. In the Victorian era, the ideal female silhouette was not just about a tiny waist but also included exaggerated hips. Women often wore padded garments to enhance their hip size and create a fuller figure. This fashion trend symbolized fertility and femininity, as a curvy body was associated with a woman's ability to bear children. The use of padding and crinolines also highlighted the strict gender roles of the time. Women were expected to adhere to a specific image to be considered desirable. The padded hips not only altered a woman's silhouette, but also their movements, making it challenging to engage in everyday activities. 7. Powdered wigs. During the 18th century, powdered wigs became a fashionable accessory for both men and women across Europe. These wigs, often made of human or animal hair, were coated in powder made from flour or starch to give them a distinctive white color. The wigs were large, elaborate, and sometimes decorated with ribbons or other ornaments. Powdered wigs were not only a fashion statement, but also served a practical purpose. They helped prevent lice infestations, which were common at the time. Wearing a wig allowed individuals to keep their natural hair clean and manageable. Today, powdered wigs are mainly associated with legal professionals or historical reenactments, reminding us of the extravagance of past fashions. 6. Platform shoes. Platform shoes have a long and varied history, dating back to ancient Greece and Rome. These shoes featured thick soles that added height to the wearer, making them appear taller and more imposing. In ancient times, actors and performers often wore platform shoes to enhance their stature on stage. The trend resurfaced in the 1970s, becoming a symbol of the disco era. With their towering heels, platform shoes allowed wearers to make a bold statement on the dance floor. However, the height also made them challenging to walk in, leading to numerous slips and falls. 5. Crinoline skirts. Crinoline skirts, popular in the mid-19th century, are another fascinating fashion trend. These skirts featured a stiff, cage-like structure made of horsehair or cotton that held the fabric away from the body, creating a wide, bell-shaped silhouette. Crinolines were often worn over petticoats to achieve an even larger appearance. While crinolines were stylish and allowed women to express their femininity, they also posed practical challenges. The voluminous skirts made it difficult to move through doorways or navigate crowded spaces. Women had to be cautious, as crinolines could easily catch fire or become entangled in machinery. If you want to support us in our channel, check out our merch in the first link in the description. It will help us to produce more content for you. Enjoy the further video. Visit AmericaFirstMerch.com. 4. Zumpf. In the 1920s, a peculiar fashion trend known as Zumpf emerged, characterized by extremely high heels paired with ankle-length dresses. Women wore these high heels to create an elongated appearance and emphasize their legs. However, the combination of towering shoes and long dresses made walking nearly impossible. Many women struggled to maintain their balance and often fell while trying to walk in Zumpf. Despite the challenges, this trend captured the spirit of the Jazz Age, where women began to embrace more liberated styles. Zumpf disappeared, showing fashion often values looks over function. 3. Bell-bottoms. Bell-bottoms are perhaps one of the most recognizable fashion trends from the 1960s and 1970s. Characterized by their wide, flared legs, these pants became a symbol of counterculture and rebellion. Initially popularized by sailors in the U.S. Navy, bell-bottoms gained mainstream acceptance through music and film. The flared silhouette allowed for freedom of movement, making them ideal for dancing and expressing individuality. They were often paired with vibrant tie-dye shirts, peace signs, and other symbols of the era. Today, bell-bottoms have made a comeback in various forms, showcasing the cyclical nature of fashion and how past trends can inspire modern styles. 2. Foot binding. Foot binding was a tradition in ancient China that aimed to create small, delicate feet, which were considered a mark of beauty and high social status. This practice began as early as the 10th century and continued into the early 20th century. Young girls, usually between the ages of 4 and 9, had their feet tightly bound with cloth, breaking the bones to achieve a foot size of about 3 inches. This excruciating process not only caused immense pain, but often led to lifelong disabilities. Women with bound feet, known as lotus feet, were seen as more desirable and were often better marriage prospects. Foot binding reflected the extreme lengths to which society went to uphold beauty standards, highlighting the harsh realities of gender inequality. Thankfully, foot binding was abolished in the early 20th century, and modern Chinese society has moved away from such practices. 1. Corsets. Corsets are perhaps one of the most famous examples of bizarre fashion. In the past, especially during the Victorian era, women wore corsets to achieve a slim waist and an exaggerated hourglass figure. This was seen as a symbol of beauty and femininity. However, these garments were not just uncomfortable, they could cause severe health issues. The tight lacing often restricted the ribcage, leading to breathing difficulties, displaced organs, and even fainting spells. Despite their popularity, many women suffered silently under the pressure of societal beauty standards. The corset trend is a striking reminder of how fashion can impact health. While some women enjoyed the aesthetic of the corset, many felt trapped by the expectations placed upon them. Today, corsets have evolved into more comfortable waist trainers and shapewear, allowing for a more inclusive approach to body image without the harmful side effects of tight lacing. In conclusion, fashion shows our history and tells us about our society and culture. What seems strange today was once seen as beautiful or important. From tight corsets to Crocs, fashion is about more than looks. It's about stories and meanings. Trends change, reminding us of creativity and self-expression. If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support.